Buddy, Sam Serious. This will be another episode of Factorio Space Age. So, the previous episode has finally laid my feet down onto Vulcanus. Ever since then, I've been doing a lot off camera to get the basic infrastructure set up here. So, I pretty much got things situated very well here. I've got tungsten here pretty much being harvested. I did have to go around and take down a bunch of demolishers. So I got a lot of territory opened up now. And the iron trawler is passively supplying resources down. A little bit of iron ore, ice, and carbon. Carbon's essential for tungsten carbide, which a lot of the drills and foundries rely on to make. I got the oil industry established here to where I'm liquefying coal. Looks like that big miner's out. Nice thing about the big miners, not only do they mine things faster and have a bigger mining radius, but they also have half resource drains versus the regular miners. And as their quality scales, that drain decreases. Like, a legendary big miner has an 8% resource drain. With that kind of rate, a legendary one will last a very long time. Especially considering with productivity adding to the throughput. So, there's potential where things can get nastily efficient in the future. So in this episode, I'm going to establish three things. Metallurgic science, the rocket exporting system here. I'm going to have it be sent directly up to the iron trawler for now until I design a specialized science ship. And if I got time, I will start designing a science carrying ship. So, without further ado, time to get on going with metallurgy. So, nice thing about Vulcanus, I pretty much have infinite iron and copper with this, as well as stone too as well, which I'm just immediately discarding. In the midst of all this too as well, I've been taking my time to have, like, taking use of quality here. Having any of the regular materials go into, like, requester chests to supplement production here. So that way, everything's getting synced down to where I'm always guaranteed that I'm always having a chance of quality throughout time. I'm primarily, because of the fact I've already cleared out a lot of area before, I am primarily powering this base using solar panels. You get like a 300% bonus on Vulcanus due to it being closer to the sun. I'm slowly having the regular solar panels still be exchanged for uncommon solar panels, since I'm able to produce them a fair amount. Doing so will allow me to produce more power while occupying the same amount of space here. And that will be the case as I'm expanding power infrastructure with regular solar panels, as well as accumulators. So as I'm expanding this factory, power production is slowly expanding thanks to this little array of solar panels and accumulators being produced. I got batteries being produced, I got steel passively being produced, and I'm just stockpiled waiting on circuits and stuff. Now, in terms of research, I'm at physical projectile damage 11 right now, which would give me an additional 720% damage with projectile weapons. I'm using uranium cannon shells that are designed for piercing here because it has 16,000 points of physical damage, with 14k of that being stacked on physical damage. Why did I want those rounds being specifically produced and exported to Vulcanus? Because a tank can be a very viable weapon against demolishers. Like this tank with those types of uranium cannon shell and damage boost will take down a small demolisher in 6 hits. Now this is the last known demolisher that I have kept alive just for sake of this video production here, just to allow it a demonstration. I personally kind of feel bad considering that the demolishers are maintaining their own business, but I gotta expand. Where is he? Or it. I don't know if there's like male or female, or if they're just asexual or something. I don't know what the life cycle of the demolisher is. I hate to do this, but I do. Part of the problem with fighting demolishers in some cases is being able to navigate the terrain. Now, this is another rare tank that I produced. Similar loadout, 3 exoskeletons and all shields and fusion reactor and battery. It's just that I don't have the rare version of shield, so I'm slightly less shield HP on this tank. And this demolisher is about to be deleted. Tank turret spam is definitely not good. Gun turret spam will definitely take care of them real fast. But you saw me just invest like 5 shots to take down that small demolisher. Now I can also take on medium demolishers with this tank too as well. But you gotta be a little smart about how you approach a medium demolisher. I like to hit its tail from very far back. This way, by the time its head turns right to get close to me, it's pretty much about to die before it starts initiating its primary attacks upon me. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and trek over to medium demolisher here to demonstrate. I will go ahead and make a cut here and meet y'all there. Okay, so I found me a medium demolisher. These guys, I would recommend a whole lot of caution. Now these guys, unlike a regular demolisher unlike a small demolisher that has 30,000 HP, this one has 100,000. And these guys having high health regeneration, I find I have to invest like 10 to 20 shots against these guys. I like to hit the tail because it has to get close enough. Its head has to get close enough in order to start doing lava explosions around your tank. So I'm going to creep up a little bit far away to maximize range. That's about 20 shots. I cannot take on a big demolisher with this tank. I would barely do enough damage to kill it on time before it takes me out. So physical damage 11, uranium piercing rounds. All done with the tank without having to do a whole lot of turret spam. And then I can just simply waltz my way back home with this tank. I don't know how many players do this with a regular tank, but this should probably be an eye-opener to how easy it is to deal with the demolisher as a tank, as long as you got the proper support for this. Now, I can do this as a regular tank too as well, and I'm using normal quality uranium cannon shells. Uncommon and rare shells deals like 17 to like 20,000 damage per shot, respectively, to their quality tier. So such types of ammunition will take out a demolisher even faster. There are times where I actually play with other Factorio players who claim that I really don't need damage bonuses and stuff like that. But I feel like this is a case where the damage bonuses here really helps a lot for affects how much shells required to be able to dish out at once and how fast it takes to kill things. Demolishers is being a strong example of that. Because I guarantee you, if I didn't have that damage bonus 11, I would be struggling immensely against those demolishers with just a tank. In that case, I can see myself resorting to turret spam and luring them into it. Anyhow, time to get into tungsten here. So for tungsten, it takes 10 seconds using 4 tungsten ore and 10 molten iron. A foundry has a crafting speed of 4, and the crafting speed here is based on a crafting speed of 1, so that means I'm able to produce a fair amount of tungsten pretty quickly. Tungsten plates pretty quickly. Now, how many seconds does it take to produce metallurgic science? 10 seconds for how many? Just one? Oh. Which means I will... Well, I mean, these have to be made in a foundry anyways. So I would imagine I would need 3 foundries just for... Oh, actually maybe 2. Because a foundry will always have 50% additional productivity to it. I might be able to get away with just 2 or 3 foundries to produce metallurgic science. Similar idea with producing tungsten plates. And these guys I will just have be redirected back to the into a rocket silo by robot logistics. This would be a temporary setup to get things going, and plus 2 cliff explosives. I really would like to be able to access cliff explosives as well as artillery. So, tungsten plates, I will be needing 1.6 per second, 4 iron per second to make 0.6 of these. I really am digging these foundries right now. It's actually a lot easier to just have things routed by fluid versus trying to over-engineer belt systems. Because with fluid throughput, you have an infinite possibility throughput as long as you have enough of the pumps to support everything. One thing I found really amazing is that I can actually produce a whole lot of blue belts from just the foundries itself extremely fast, and with infinite iron and being so easy to loop around some lube and stuff, I'm able to produce a lot of blue belts extremely fast on Vulcanus. I'm going to go as far as say it's a lot easier to do these sort of things on Vulcanus than it is on Novice. Not to mention, I'm powering this whole base by solar panels, and I don't have to worry about a demolisher deciding to attack my base as long as not transgressing into its territory. Okay, and then those are just the 2 resources I need. And I got... Oh, that was just... 6.6, 0.6. I'm gonna go for 1 per second. Actually, if I go for 10, I'll be producing 6 per second. That may be a little too much, but you know what? I'll go for it. Let's see here. What can I do to belt balance this? Okay, I'm going to have to do something a little different. Because of the fact that these are always going to be output on one belt side, I figured doing this would help maximize the odds of these being evenly distributed. So 0.6 per second, that 0.2 is being produced by productivity. Put one more. Alright. Now what does it take to make metallurgic science? This will produce 0.6 per second. I will need copper for this. Okay, that's that and copper. And then I will deliver the tungsten carbide via request system. I anticipate I don't need much throughput for this sort of thing. And the trawler is passively supplying all the carbon necessary to make tungsten carbide with, since you just need tungsten ore and carbon to make that. And I'll have this work all the way up to... Let's see here. Say... 400 metallurgic science. This is producing 0.6. You know what? I'll just go... Hey, I'm just going to tell this... I'm just going to make 6 of these. It'll be about 6 per second, which is 1, extremely a lot. 2, on average, I'm like, it's above my ratio that I normally do with sciences. Then I will create a robot system here. And all of these should be inherently sharing the same settings. Yep. As long as it's less than 400 in this. Alright, cool. So that's metallurgic science being produced. What I'll do with the trawler here is I'll have it request 1,000 metallurgic science. Alrighty. Now that I got this here pretty much set up and ready to deliver, all I gotta do is create stuff for low density frames and the rocket fuel necessary to start making rocket silos with, or just to create rockets with. Now luckily I got a massive array producing productivity modules with that. 2 of them each, that is. Oh, okay, that's where I have that. Plopped it early down for sake of making rocket silos easily. I'm gonna wind up. You know what, man? Why don't I just create quality modules in here, just for the chance of getting better stuff. For now, I will create a rocket silo system right here. I know I got rares already. And then I will request circuits since I got those being produced. I ain't got these yet, neither do I have any rocket fuel yet, but these are easy to produce. And then I'll do that with stack inserters. What are these bulk inserters? Bulk inserters, excuse me. I'm using old jargon. Alright. Now, the good news with making low-density structures is that I am able to produce them in the foundry directly. I think about where to put this. Yeah, here's what I'll do. I'll just produce them here. And I'm having a feeling I'll need iron and, yeah, iron and copper. And then I will be producing 0.4 per second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then I just gotta route the plastic. I wish I'd squeak through right now. I'm pretty much doing this completely vanilla on experimental branches of Factorio here, so in terms of supplying plastic, yeah, I wouldn't best doing that. And plastic can be supplied through these. Totally digging the soundtracks. There's that. Then I will do something like, actually I'll do something like this. No, like that. The only thing left to do now is to connect the iron and the copper. I kind of cut myself short for copper. I mean, there's an easy solution to that problem. And a bit of tech novice. Well, the defenses are holding, but we'll have to cater to that eventually. Not in this episode, some other episode. Oh, I contaminated lines, did I? Well, the good news is I can just purge that. And I got infinite iron, so I don't have to worry about wasting it. News is, though, I can route this a little bit differently then. Now I can supply this with copper. Right, where's... That must be, It's alright, I can just do that and fix that problem. Oh, is this too much? Much, unless it's just the color of the copper pipes in terms of the pipe coating system. Yeah, it's just a pipe coating system. I guess I'll do the same for iron, though, to make sure that things are fresh in terms of pipe lengths. Where is the iron coming from on this one? Right here. Want her to do this. Then all I gotta do is apply this for the pipe network. Or a robot network, I should say, not pipe network. There you have it. Low density frames being produced. And in terms of rocket fuel production, easy. I'm curious though, can a foundry? I don't think it can. No, it can't. I thought so. Doesn't hurt to check though, especially if you're working with new machines, because sometimes you realize, oh snap, there's something else I can do with this. Ivan, don't walk on the keyboard, please, buddy. I'm on air. Besides, I've been giving you 11 all day. Hey, no. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. You're right here. I got you a bed right next to me, buddy. Love you too. And you're going to inch closer and closer. Gotta love cats. I'm willing to bet it's getting ready to make it dash to walk across my table here. I called it. Yeah, I called it. I called it. Hey, buddy, I've been giving you a lot of loving all day today, bud. And to help conserve coal and stuff, I will go ahead and smack down some productivity on these guys. No, Ivan. There you go, buddy. That's a compromise. I don't disregard you, little bud. And I will say 20, no more than a stack of that. Same deal with that there, and then I will just control CV these. Oh, maybe in logistics. I'm having a feeling that I might be out of substations. Yeah, it looks like it. That's alright. I got red circuit stuff being produced. I can do this real quick. Steel and copper wire. I do have copper wire being passively produced. So I'll go steel, copper wire, and red circuits. I have requester chests too. Looks like it. Before I do, I want to look at the iron trawler. I might have another request for chest system here. Yep, I do. I'll go ahead and send these two down, and not so much buffer chests. I'm hardly using buffer chests, but they're good for certain situations. That's very niche. And I'll go ahead and slap this down for quality. These things will need green circuits, red circuits, and steel chests. These will share that across all things here, since all of them are pretty much the same recipes minus the output. Alrighty. And I'm already getting some quality substations. And I wonder, is there any benefit in investing qualities to these? I get a sneaking suspicion it's a no. Oh! Yes! Though, typically I won't be consuming that high, but why not? Plus 2, it gets quality stuff to Plus, too, it helps get the quality modules rolling even more to guarantee that I get quality modules. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Offer. Storage. Inactive. And then the active providers. Regular substations. Steel chest. I think I want to customize the filter words. Pretty much anything that equals common. Because the fact that throughput is inclined to be low, I'm comfortable enough to use this. Okay, so anything greater than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. That should help guarantee that I won't run out of chests, which means I can update the trawler here, so that I no longer need to request these. Now, most of these chests I won't be using their full capacity. However, stuff like train networks, though, that might come handy to keep things going a little bit extra, depending on through input-output situations. Now I got substations being produced. I got all the rocket fuel being produced. I'm not worried about quality with those, for they're going into rocket silos. We'll have these automatically request from space platforms. There we go. Now, my question is, how many of the rare activity 2s do I have? Should have plenty of uncommons if I got that rare. That I do. Whoa, matter of fact, a lot more uncommons than I realized. Actually, I'm gonna make this 2K. No. Alright then, item count. This here being equal or greater than 2,000. Now, I want the Iron Trawler to be independent on its own purpose here. Hence why I'm wanting to create a second ship here. I know I don't easily got another rare module for that right now, so hold off on that. What's holding this back? Oh, an output chest. Add it. Then I'll have it output anything greater than normal. Then there should be, well, first of all, anything that equals normal. And work until there is something greater than 5 of those, just in case if I need to expand more. There we have it. And from the looks of it, this should be more than enough production for the processing units to keep up with this here. Cool, now I got Vulcanus capable of exporting its resources now. And radar here, just for sake of allowing to see what's going on with the ore field there. Okay, so it looks like it's done expanding on its power grid, which means I'm estimating it's going to be half a gigawatt. Don't know for sure until I see this act with the accumulators needing to charge up. Is this at novice? I can stay with this condition for now. Now, in regards to novice, I'm going to have to do an additional thing here. So science pack, 400 of those. I'm going to have this here. I'm going to have this here request 2,000, no more, no less. And search should be coming to that. Cool. Now, is this reading that? 6,000? That might jump some things up a bit. That's why. Is it still reading the quest? Still 6,000 though. I know how to sync that issue. There you go. I'll fix that iron surplus issue. The trawler should have deposited sciences. Why is it reading 6,000 though? It's 2K. Because, in fact, I'm having multiple things going into this. Still reading that. That could be what's going on. $244. Okay, it seems to be acting in multiples of how many radar stations I've connected. I think I got acting normally now. I need that to read quantities. I don't want the sending resources up there anymore. Accelerate things a little. Well, looks like I won't be assembling the or designing the new ship in this episode, as I was having a feeling I wouldn't be able to. But at least got means of other researches being feasible now. For sure, cliff explosives. What would this yield? 90 heavy oil, 20 of that, 10 of that. And that there will require just regular steam. Okay. Rather than sulfuric acid. Which means that sulfuric acid would be solely redirected to acid neutralization for steam. So I'll queue that too. Don't mind having better logistics. Artillery is for sure a must. I mean, it's cool that I can shuffle things around with asteroids and stuff, but oh yeah, and then I can start doing productivity for low density structures. That there would be great. And I'll have these modules be queued up. Once mining productivity 18 is done, then I can definitely take care of that. Yeah, what I'm thinking is a cargo ship that is a lot more sleeker in design, where it's more length, not as much of a wide profile, to just be out to accept all the sciences. What I'm thinking is that on Vulcanus, I'll have that be a primary source of science production versus novice. And then I'll just redirect production from novice to be more infrastructure essential rather than for research. This way I don't have to worry about material supply. That means a good chunk of this base is due to be cannibalized at some point. And furthermore, if I focus all my research production on Vulcanus, I don't have to worry about the science being compromised. And Vulcanus is not of danger, so it's not really of danger for any hostile creatures. As long as I don't transgress on demolish your territory. I was thinking about having every science production station be around here, consuming our resources, but I'm thinking it might be best that I just have research being produced elsewhere, since I'm able to produce all the others. I think I can produce all the science packs here. When you look at that, that's not giving me the information I'm seeking. Grab on Vulcanus on that. Yeah, none of these science, no, the basic science packs all the way until space doesn't require to be crafted on a specific planet. So I can go ahead and start producing all these here on Vulcanus. That's something I will do off camera, and then when I'm ready to assemble the science ship, I will then air the next episode at that regard, as well as other matters I'll be needing to get to. And I'm guessing this needs to stock up on a considerable amount of water before this goes off on its own. Now that I got this shut off, looks like it's not focusing on what I've selected here for marine resources. And even then, I'm at a point on Vulcanus now to where I can actually theoretically get all of these resources produced on it. The only thing that I can't easily do is uranium products, for uranium seems to be very exclusive to Novice. I can see myself exporting nuclear equipment to other planets, but it would have to be dependent on a large throughput of resources from other planets going into it rather than Novice. Once I get that confirmed to where I can have basic resources being supplied from other planets into Novice, then I'll be having my security that I have infinite resources available without having to be dependent on Novice solely. At this point, resources other than what's exclusive on Novice will be supplemental to the overall space operation. Vulcanus will be the primary means of getting the majority of the basic resources. I'll be inclined to create a space logistics system that revolves around that idea, which gives me plenty to think about. Once I get artillery research, I can then have artillery turrets to deal with an annoying problem about biter nests expanding to where they're knocking out the laser turrets and dealing with my defensive walls here. If I can get the artillery turrets to deal with the bug expansion before they get too close to the turret walls, that'd be very ideal to help ensure the safety of the central logistics system. What I'm thinking now with Novice is that I can convert Novice solely into a completely research-dedicated planet, especially considering the fact that biolabs can only be operated on Novice. So this here will be dedicated to science and resources necessary to expand Novice infrastructure. And that means I won't be having to be as heavily dependent on the rail system except for uranium. And possibly other means for other planets might fall short on. But that means I won't, thanks to Vulcanus though, in the future, I don't have to worry about stone, iron, or copper. Coal though, I can see myself needing, because Vulcanus is dependent on coal for oil stuff. So I could possibly be exporting coal all the way up to from Novice to Vulcanus, possibly. Uranium is again a Novice exclusive product for what I'm seeing so far, so uranium is for sure a must. Because of the nature of crude oil fields, Novice will always be inclined to be a infinite source of oil, though throughput will be dampened down as the yields reduce down. And possibly run out. I never had an oil field run out before. It just gets so low that throughput isn't very viable on its own. So I also can see Novice being a means of exporting oil to other planets. All depends on what's going on. Anyhow, I got some ideas in mind for the future. I will go ahead and take care of what I need to do on Vulcanus and get that ship going. That, I will see y'all in the next episode on Factorio 4. Cheers, y'all.